Gotta put the mic on. Go in. Oh, it's so hot. So hot. Let's go. Pulling up the windows. Okay. So what the hell have I been up to in the last week? I think my last vlog episode was before I went to Cabo for a wedding. I left for something like 4 days, and it was awesome. It was at this resort called Pueblo Bonito Sunset something rather, and it was like right on the beach. The resort was huge. It was like Disneyland, huge. And you had, like, to get anywhere other than your room, you had to take golf carts. There was like a taxi system. Uh-oh, I see traffic. I'll go this way. Yeah, there was like some taxi system, crazy. And it worked pretty well. There was some good drivers there. So we did the wedding on the beach. I was in the wedding party. And we did some jet skiing. We played golf on this awesome course. It was like Cabo's Pebble Beach. Like, there was holes on cliffs over the water. There was holes on the beach. It was really spread out. The actual driving time alone in your golf cart for that whole course is over an hour. So that just tells you how, like, spread out it was. And every like 4 or 5 holes, every 4 holes or so, there was like a little gazebo you could go to and take shots, have drinks, and have some food. So that was awesome. So I'm running some errands right now. I'm partying out. I think you may have seen in one of my previous videos that I'm partying out my brother's rough. I'm partying out my brother's 2001 M5, and so I sold the radiator fan to someone in Russia, and fake news. And he asked if I could send him the fog lights too, just the bulbs. And I was happy to oblige, but then I just realized that I don't have the fog lights anymore. I must have sold them already. So I'm actually going to go to just an auto shop, O'Reilly's or something, and buy some new fog light bulbs for him, included in the package. Because I'm a man of my word. Yeah, I'm doing that. My lavalier mic, or whatever they call it, lapel mic. This is actually a new one. My other one, I left in my glove compartment, which is actually okay. These things can handle some heat, but the problem was I left it in there with a couple sticks of deodorant that I had just bought, and I forgot about those. And I didn't realize, but you know, when it gets a little toasty in here, deodorant sticks melt. So they melted, they seeped into the microphone and the windscreen on it and all that, and basically that microphone's fucked. So I'm returning that one as well. That's what I'm also doing at the post office. And I got this one already as a replacement. That was actually part of the reason why I wasn't making videos for a little bit. Should I take a shortcut? I think I should. I know a little shortcut to get to downtown Los Gatos. when there's the beach traffic. Unfortunately, like the main freeway to get to Santa Cruz is going through, or like the way to get to it is you have to go through Los Gatos. So the traffic to Los Gatos is always a pain in the butt when it's hot out. Just something you learn when you live here. So what was I saying? I'm returning the mic, the other one, or I'm not returning it. I first tried to do a buyer protection thing with my credit card because they say that they protect you against any like damaged product you buy within the first few months. So I submitted for that, and the fucking Chase, Visa, whatever, they make you go out and get like an estimate for how much it'll cost to fix and all that. So I tried it with like a regular microphone repair company, but they said they don't do lavalier mics. And then I tried the manufacturer itself, Rode, and they said I have to send it in. So basically, I'm not buying anything, any items, any electronics with that card again, because I've bought stuff with my Amex Platinum card, and stuff that's gotten damaged within the first 3 months, and I've submitted, and it was never a problem. Like, they don't make me get some stupid estimate or whatever. It's part of their insurance. They just take your word, which they should. And like one of the examples, let me give you an example. It was kind of a gross example, but I had just bought this Toomey briefcase, and it was one of the ones with the ballistic nylon, if you're familiar with Toomey. It was really cool. And I was on a trip. I was on a plane. I had it in the overhead compartment, and I guess some lady recently had a baby and had some of her, I think it was her breast milk up there, and it leaked. Like, I guess one of her bottles or something opened up, and it leaked all over that overhead compartment bin and seeped into my briefcase, all in it. And yeah, that was pretty gross. I tried to like wash it out or like wipe it out with a damp rag and stuff, but it still smelled like sour milk eventually. So I submitted to Amex for a buyer protection thing because it was within 3 months, and no problem. They didn't even ask for me to send it back. They just said, yeah, just keep it, throw it away, do whatever you want with it, and we'll refund you, and you can go buy another one. No problem. That's customer service for you. That is why I have an Amex and I pay that yearly fee, because you make up for it with what they give you in like travel refunds and the buyer protection thing and the concierge service. It's totally worth it. Chase Visa, however, the Southwest Visa, no, they're not like that. I hope I'm recording. I forgot if I pushed the button. Yeah, so all in all, I have to send that Rode mic back. I don't even know if I'm going to get the Chase buyer protection thing done, but because of that whole experience, I'm just not going to buy any goods with that card anymore. I'll use it just solely for like food, meals, and booking travel on Southwest. Oh, so an update on the Ford service situation. I finally got my appointment. I took it in. I told them 4 things I wanted done: oil change, diff fluid change, differential fluid, oil change, diff fluid change, fix the splitter because it wasn't installed correctly from the factory, and fix the stripes or redo the stripes on the back. Nice parking spot. And redo the stripes on the trunk, the back part under, like where it comes from behind the splitter or the spoiler over the rest of the trunk. And they did the oil change. One for one. They did not do the diff fluid change for whatever reason. One for two. The splitter on the front still isn't installed correctly. One for three. And the stripes, I guess they outsource it to another company, but like whatever company did it, the part that tucks just under the back of the spoiler, they cut so jaggedly, it looks freaking awful. I'll probably like put in I'll overlay a pic because I took pictures of it, and you can see just how awful it looks. So I'm having them redo that. The splitter I may end up doing myself depending on how far away my appointment is going to be, because I could do that myself. It's just I was hoping they would do it for me correctly. Apparently that's too difficult for them. So, yeah, I have to take it in again. And my car is filthy. I'm probably going to have to wash it again really soon because I was in Cabo and stuff. I just didn't have time to take care of it. And I actually bought the Obsessed Garage power washer and a water purification system. So I'm excited to finally use that. It'll be nice not to have to really like worry about drying your car and keeping the water spots off. I'll tell you more about that later, but right now I need to get some coffee. BRB. No eating in the car. So I got my coffee. Woo! Oh, Riley! Oh man, so much beach traffic. Jesus. Good Lord. Lordy, Lordy. Look who's turning 40, 40. Look at all this traffic. Fuck the beach. I have no desire whatsoever to sit in like an hour or something of traffic to go sit on a hot beach and probably get a sunburn. It's just not my cup of tea. Since I plan to live to be 150, give or take 5 years, I got to, put sunscreen on when I'm out at the beach, but avoid the beach. Like, just don't make any unnecessary trips to the beach. Yeah. I seriously think I'm going to live to be 150. It's just something I believe. I eat decently. I'm active. I'm never stressed. I honestly don't even remember what stress feels like. Because I think the last time I felt it was maybe 4 years ago. I don't know what stress is like. Even in situations like where normal people would feel stress, I just don't get stressed. I don't stress out over things that I can't control. I think that's a good way to live. If I can control them, I'll control them. If I can't, why would I want to stress over it? It's not going to help. There you go. Little life hack from Nolan. Life lesson, life hack, something. Life. The beach thing I can control. I can control not going to the beach. Oh, yeah, I cracked myself up. I don't text and drive, but I do text and wait at stoplights. I don't think that counts, at least in my book. Legally, I may have an issue, but I keep it down here, you know? When you're playing with it down here, they just think you're, well, I don't know what they think, but I can come up with an excuse. I'm trying to find a day where I can go to the track, a track. There's a few good ones in California. My buddy, who goes to the track more often because he has a job that allows him that, he's a lawyer. and it allows him to work from home a lot, and he just needs to fill his hours, his build hours or whatever, and then he can do whatever he wants. So he goes to the track quite a bit, and he keeps trying to get me to go and commit to something, but I'm at a startup, and I am the finance org in that startup, so it's tough to find time. And usually he goes on like Fridays and stuff. I can't do that. I gotta find a weekend that I can do it. Yeah, I gotta find a weekend for a track day. I think he told me one in July, so I may do that one. Jesus. Some crazy drivers out today. Yeah. And I think that one was at Thunder Hill, which I've been to in I had an E36 M3. Actually, if you search some of my videos, you can probably find it. Search Dinan M3, Dadinan M3 in my videos, and you'll see my old M3. That thing was badass. It was an E36, 1998. Full Dinan Stage 3 package, which included supercharger, suspension, all that good stuff. I had a carbon fiber hood, I had a spoiler. Oh, I loved that car. But it caught on fire. Some rats, like when I was at USC for grad school, it would just sit up here in NorCal, and some rats crawled into the car, made it their home, chewed at the wires, because I guess rats like wires. And yeah, one time when I was back driving it, smoke started coming out of the vents, and I got out and was just watching it for a sec. Yeah, smoke started coming out, then flames, and then, I mean, while the smoke was coming out, I was an engineer. I majored in computer engineering, so I kind of like figured it was probably a wire issue. It smelled like burning wires or like the coating of the rubber. So I ran pretty quick to the back to unplug the battery, but it was too late by then. Something was on fire, and the whole dash was on fire. And the fire department came, and they were like prying the dash off with their tools and spraying water in it, and it was a goner. Okay, I'm at O'Reilly. I'll be right back. When I picked up my car, I was in a huge rush. Otherwise, I would have just left it there if I saw that stuff that was wrong. I was okay with the diff fluid not being changed, because that's not totally necessary this early. That's just kind of like a anal thing for car guys. But if I had noticed, if I looked at the stripe or the splitter when I picked it up, I would have just left it there. Unfortunately, like, I was in this huge rush. I got off work a little later than I had planned. I had to run and pick up the car because I thought it was done, and the suits. I had to pick up my suit and my brother's suit for the wedding, because we were both in the wedding party. And yeah, I had to get that done by a certain time, so I didn't even think of it. I didn't notice the problem until, I think it was when I got back, actually. Or I noticed the splitter. I didn't notice I noticed the splitter, but not the stripes. So this place, Los Gatos Meats, occasionally has a special, the brisket sandwich. It is ridiculous. So good. I'm gonna see if they have it right now. Either way, I'll probably get something from them. Okay, please have brisket. I just turned this on to say that I got my pulled pork sandwich. They didn't have the brisket. And I shipped those things I needed to ship. Now I'm going to go home and enjoy that sandwich. Oh, my first meal of the day at 2:10 p.m. So, yeah, I'll get back to you shortly. Bye.